What's up, cousins? It's your spiritual big brother Java back with another reading for you guys. This one is on your 2025 personal year horoscope. Oh my God, what is that? What is a personal year? Is it my personal year? Everybody year has a personal year. Yeah, of course. But as you know, you may not know, 2025 is a 9 year in numerology, right? And I got my notes too, so I did my homework. So I'm probably gonna be reading from this too to keep my ADHD brain on track. But 2025 is a 9 year which deals with endings and completions and letting go, right? It's the energy of reflection and really tying up loose ends to prepare for the following year, which is 2026, which is um a 1 year, right? And the 1 year is about new beginnings, the second, third, all that stuff, right? But here's the thing: the 9 year, 2025 is not only the 9 year, but nine is also the energy of March, and March is about assertiveness, action, drive, ambition, things of that nature, right? Now, even though 2025 is a year nine is a 9 year, that does not necessarily mean that's your year number, but that just means that that year has a overall effect on the your personal year. And there I go with the word. What is a personal year? Your personal year is basically the overall theme that you would experience within that year. It changes every year, right? So if you don't know how to calculate your personal year, it's real simple. It's simple math. But if you don't feel like doing the math, I will drop a link to a website that'll do it for you, right? So this is gonna be a reading on all personal years, how next year will affect you, affect you in a way, how the number nine will affect your personal year, right? And I'll be pulling cards, things of that nature, and see what messages has come up and all things of that nature, well, things of like that, right? So, but to calculate your personal year, again, I'm reading from my notes. You take your birth month and day. So, say today is December 27th. You take 12 and then 12, 27. So it'll be 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 7. You add those together, right? And then you add the digits of the current year, which will be next year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9, right? Ooh, and my math is going to be off. Two, so, 2, 12, 27 equals to 12. You reduce that down to a single number, which is 3. You add 3 to 9, which is 12 again. So your personal year will be a number 3 as well. Okay? So that's how you get that, right? And then you reduce all that with a single digit. I'm posting this messed up. No, forget it. Okay, but you add that together to get a single digit, right? I will post the formula down in my bio, but you can also um click the link to have them do it for you, and then you could come back to the video, click on wherever your personal year is for in 2025, and then just listen to whatever there is that has to be listened to, right? These gonna be quick. These gonna be short. I ain't gonna say short, but I'm not gonna be as detailed because it's like this is a whole year, right? So without further ado, we're gonna get started with year number one. Okay, so if your personal year is a number one, the personal year itself is a year of new beginnings, taking initiative, planting seeds, things of that nature, right? But with the number nine affecting, with the 9 year affecting your personal year, you may feel the need to release outdated mindsets and make peace with the past in order to step up into a new cycle, right? So you may feel the need to really, really release. a lot of things that no longer serve you. And that's gonna be a common thing for a lot of personal years too, not necessarily, but the whole releasing and letting go aspect, right? So if that is your personal year, and you could do your own research if you want to, but that's how number nine will be affecting you. In order for you to take new initiative, you will be fulfilling the urge to let go of old things that don't even serve the new initiative anymore, right? So for my personal 1 year, folk, tap in and see how would that. I should be shuffling these as I'm talking. I think that's gonna be distracting. All right, we're gonna see who you are. Actually, I'm gonna be doing the spread that if you watched Agatha all along, um the Lilia Keteros, I don't know how to that's her last name, but her spread, the safe passage spread, because we're gonna see I just wanted to see, I don't know, I felt the urge to do it. But anyway, let me go ahead and get started. Let me stop talking. Three, two, one. Okay. So let's see. You Okay, so the first card you got is the Wheel of Fortune. That means that who you are, the thing that you're experiencing right now is the theme of change, right? Which makes sense since it's dealing with you starting a new beginning, and it's funny because this is a if I'm reading numerology, this card is 10, and this talks about new beginning too. So there's a change going on. That's could be a common theme, the constant change, but you just flow with the times, right? And but here's the thing. Here's the missing. What's missing? I feel like what's missing is I feel like a lot of what's been going on with you guys could have been the fact that this has been a numbing part, so you're not looking forward to what's coming next or taking initiative to anything, right? Because you did get the Three of Hearts. I mean, ooh, not Three of Hearts, the Three of Swords, right? You did get the Three of Swords, right? So I feel like the emotional drive is what's missing, right? But also the ability to let things go is what missing too. Like in releasing any type of emotional issues that you got, it just tied to anything and of that nature, right? So what you're leaving behind is collaboration. So I feel like this has a lot to do with collaboration. You probably moving to a solo project, moving more solo. You probably feel like nobody really could take and have your back the way you should. They should. Um, just and I'm not saying this could be your mindset. This is collective for the if your personal year is number one, but this also dealing with just collaboration. So that could be being left behind. You're not wanting to work on anything with anybody. You want to do this as a solo act, which makes sense because one is all about being solo, right? One is all about doing things yourself anyway, right? So, okay, so the path ahead for you guys is the Four of Pentacles. I don't know why I don't know why you going through that brain fart, but the Four of Pentacles. What I'm getting, the first thing I got was the fact that the inability to let go of the way you're used to doing it, right? So this might double back on the fact that you may need taking people advice that's actually helpful, right? But you rather stick to what works for you and deal with what you understand truly for yourself. So this is a thing that might progress throughout the year of 2025 of just the whole thing, whatever, right? Um, so you may be holding on rather than the real tightly to what means most to you, right? But this also means hold on to possessions, holding on to different, I'm gonna say possessions. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, right? So this could be anything, anything. I'm keep going. What is this? The obstacle. The obstacle is vulnerability, right? You have the sun. So the sun is all about letting yourself be seen, letting yourself, which is fun because your numerology being number one, it's associated with the sun card anyway. So the fact that this is an obstacle of being seen, it is, or vulnerability is interesting to me, given the fact that you guys are number one and number one is dealing with the sun, right? So that is, it will be an obstacle for you, just being vulnerable, being open, being so. But this is where that was just coming ahead, right? What's coming ahead for you, right? That four of pentacles energy, right? So the windfall. The windfall is to whether you like it or not, you're going to be have to be vulnerable or not. This is a new card. You're gonna be vulnerable or not, but you will vulnerability will help bring more expansions to you, right? Being able to be open about who you are, what you are, your authenticity, things of that nature. That's also a thing for number ones too. Authenticity, right? So you're coming to the year with some baggage of how people done you already, right? And you want to hold on to what works. You what makes you feel safe with this sun and star. It just there's both encouraging you to really expand on who you are and open yourself up to be more vulnerable. And so I feel like that's where that release of the emotional baggage can come from, man. Because in order for you to step into that light, that's that you have to be vulnerable, right? I'm not saying be open with just anybody, but for those who are trying to help you, maybe you just need to be more vulnerable to these people in order for you to step ahead into your full potential, into your potential for the year, right? And so your destination is conflict, right? And so that's probably one thing you try to avoid is conflict because when you're your authentic self, it's the fact that it's the simple fact that you disrupt people's perception of you, right? And that's what about that sun. When you shine, you show your true self, right? But that when your people perception of you is disrupted, you they feel like you did something to them, right? And so you're no longer that person they thought you to be because you're now being more authentic in yourself. Again, that one stands for authenticity anyway. So he's probably this year is probably encouraging you to let go of what's holding you back and step more so in your authenticity, okay? And so it will result into some issues. Again, this is the energy of Mars overall. So Mars is all about that action, right? But it is an action that's worth taking because you are moving into a new cycle of your life. You are one of the pals. You are the only year moving into a new cycle, right? So you should really fully step into that, take advantage of that, and use that to your best benefit. Okay. So, with that being said, this has been your if your year is personal, it's not if your year is personal. If one is your personal year, this has concluded your part of the reading. Thank you for tapping in, and on to number the year number two. Okay, so if your personal year is number two, your the personal year is dealing overall with partnership, sensitivity, and balance, right? But with the 9 year effect on your personal year too, it's dealing with emotional releases and letting go of toxic relationships. You are encouraged to face relationships head on to make the changes, and you are also encouraged to have those hard conversations in order to see the changes that you want to let you know this is someone I need to let go, and this is someone I need to keep. Your relationships will be tested this year. I will be honest. Okay, so that's not it for that's not it, but that's the overall energy of your year. I'm about to pull some cards on it and see what we can discover, what else we can discover about your year. Any information can help and things of that nature. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay. All right, so this is your theme for the year. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is telling me the first thing I got was learning, but also presenting something to someone, right? So this could be presenting a new way, a way to learn, a way to explore. Probably presenting how to treat you in a way. Um, this is someone who is giving more, right? And I'm not reading the meaning of the card because it's whatever. But this is also someone who is guarded, right, when they're presenting something. So you may be guarding, maybe guarding when trying to give, or if anything, your love language might be gift giving. But we're gonna see what's missing. So what's missing? Hmm. You got the two of swords, right? Decisiveness is what missing. Is what's missing. So you may be unable to make the decision. You may be one of those people who struggle between choosing yourself and choosing other people. You may feel like you may grow up with the I'm selfish if I don't give myself to somebody. I'm selfish. I'm a selfish mindset. So you really struggle with putting yourself first above anybody else without feeling like you're selfish, right? So this may have caused you to deal with people longer than you should have, especially if they're toxic for you, or they shouldn't be in your space, or or they shouldn't be around you, right? You may struggle with cutting people off. So that's what Hurley was missing, the fact that you can't decide to cut people off. Either it's me or you, and you choose them every time before you choose you, even though it hurts you in the end. So the path behind is Ace of Wands. For some reason, this is telling me that you may be one of those people who are often overshadowed. You have great ideas, you have great creative outlets, you have great creative ideas, but you're often overshadowed by people who take advantage of you, right? You may be a person who is overshadowed and you don't even present your ideas to the world because somebody is always shitting on them, right? And with somebody always shitting on them, you just put that in the back burner, right? You don't even taking no more, but your ideas are great. And I feel like you are being encouraged to be around people who encourage your ideas, who listen to you, who allow you to show your passions. Because I feel like you have a lot of quote unquote what people consider weird passions that you don't present to yourself, present to them, and it may have closed you off from actually showing them. But you need to be around people who can actually who accept you for you, right? Who accept you for you. But also, I feel like you would be having what's this? New relationships too. Not just like romantic, but this is platonic too. But we won't keep on seeing. So the path ahead is strength. Okay. So this is actually a card of courage for me. Well, to me, that's just what is giving me, right? It is I feel like you're more so the lady than the lion, so you're able to tame than be tamed, or you could tame. You more so can tame than be tamed, right? So you don't really um. I feel like you will show courage, right, in the path ahead. Show courage, but also am getting the fact that you may be one of those people who can control themselves, right? When it comes to adversity or people going saying stuff about you, right? I feel like you hold yourself back a lot, right? So this talks about courage, but it goes back into being tamed too. So you self tame yourself out of fear of not being able to control yourself, right? Which is good, which is great, but you also should be able to be courageous enough to be authentic to with yourself, but also have the hard conversations too, right? So with that being said, here was the obstacle. Okay, we got the star card again. So personal year number one. So again, this is a card of vulnerability, letting yourself be seen, letting yourself shine, right? So this goes back to what I was saying that you may have a hard time letting yourself shine anyway, right? This is the same issue with that the people who had personal year number one, but they had a different card, right? Um, and the thing is, the one thing that stands out to me is how all the other stars are white, but this one is yellow. So it's the fact that you stand out amongst people too. You stand out amongst the crowd. You stand out amongst your group. But it's like this group of people, or this partner, friendships, relationship, they they hold you. I'm not gonna say down, but they dim your light. Okay, so that's the obstacle. You gotta let yourself shine. Okay. Pal, not pal number one. The windfall. Oh my god. So the windfall is. I don't think I shuffled these right, but this is the same card, or I probably did. I don't know. Um, this is heartbreak, right? But it's also a card. What I'm getting is a blessing, right? So you will be letting go of relationships, but it's at a release to your emotional baggage, right? So I'm not a love and light type of reader. I tell you what I see to tell you what it is. This is what comes with the territory, right? So this is a blessing in disguise. And you may feel so emotionally attached to people too. So you may have a hard time dealing with letting people go, right? And with the destination, you, you and personally, you know, one had the same destination, which is conflict, right? There will be conflict. It will be issues. It will things will arise. These are things that's not still be avoided. Again, this is a 9 year, the nine representing Mars. So conflict will arise when you start changing these dynamics up, because even though it's a nine, nine is associated with Mars. 9 is a year of endings. That means you cut things off. These are scissors. It's always been in your hand. You had the ability to cut things off, and you will ruffle some red feathers. That's why I feel like you're so scared of cutting things off. You don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers this year. But that's just what's necessary. You may feel a need to have those hard conversations. Yet, if the people who feathers get ruffled because you have those hard conversations, let them go. But the people who wants to be in your life, they will understand. Okay. So with that being said, for this has been your reading for 2025 for my people who personal years number two. I hope you have a great and fantastic year. On to number three. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle. I'm gonna shuffle these again. Okay. So, if your personal year is number three, this is for you, right? So, the personal year the year number three represent personal year number three represents self-expression, creativity, and joy. But where nine is influencing is where um I said creativity, right? Okay, so where the 9 year is influencing your personal year, it's about closure to old projects. Um, and these are projects where they're where it's ran its course, right? You're no longer even putting energy or effort into it, but you're still holding on to these creative projects because they came from you, and you don't want to admit that they're done, right? Or it'll be anything else. Again, don't limit yourself. But also, this is a year to become more humanitarian and do something with more meaning. So you may have a lot of creative endeavors, but it had no purpose to them, right? So, it's like you're beating a dead horse this year with the fact that with that, in order to succeed where you um needs to see that, you have to let those go, even though you may be tied to them, right? What I say, self-expression, creativity, and joy. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards to see what's the themes of your year, what's going on, what will happen, and things of that nature. Okay. Three, two. Hopefully, I'll get the same cards. One. Stop. Okay. So, so your current theme is. Oh, you got the five. I did not mean to make that face. You got the five of Pentacles. Why do I not remember these names? Oh my god. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is about financial loss. This is where you're at right now. So you're putting money into something that don't have any return coming back to you, right? You're investing your time into something that doesn't have any revenue, right? And you're trying to stick with it. You're trying to stick with it. You're doing the best you can, right? Which is cool. Again, this is collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it all resonates, cool. So, um, but oh my god, I'm not gonna read just a card. So this is a card of financial loss, right? But you're also sticking to it. So I feel like whatever creative endeavor you have been doing is really not working out for you the way it should be doing, right? The camera is right here. I don't know why I keep looking at myself. But so yeah. And it's doing more damage holding on to than letting go. But we're gonna see what's missing. Balance, right? Balance is what's missing. And I could see that because it's not bringing anything in for you. This could be my entrepreneurs too. So these could be entrepreneurs, anything of the nature. If you're working at a firm, a business, entrepreneurs, you're working on projects, things of nature. But it's the balance is missing where you're inputting more into, you're not getting, right? Or it could be the opposite. You're expecting to get more without putting effort in it, right? And so you're either expecting something from nothing or nothing from something, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But either way, that balance is missing right here, right? You able to receive, you got to give. In order to give, you got to have something to give, right? So that's just what it is. The path behind ambition. You let the drive, right? And so this is funny because the drive. I'm sorry. This is funny because again, by this being a Mars year, Mars is all about drive. Mars is all about determination. Mars is all about action, right? It's all about that action. It's all about that work, right? And so you probably one of those people who start off well and then you lose momentum quickly, which is where this is coming from. And it's funny because this is winter time too. So you slow down and you lose that momentum, right? You don't keep going. You don't, and especially when you hit like a roadblock too. When you hit a roadblock or when something ain't working out in your favor, and that's when the momentum starts. Because when things are going in your favor, you keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. But my advice to you is to always keep it up, no matter which way it's going to be. Keep it up when it's going bad. Keep it up when it's going good. But that's where you lose momentum and when things not going your way, right? So the path ahead, achievement, all right. But this is I don't know why I need to mention this, but this is a card of four. This is a four card. So and fours is about foundations, things of nature, home, whatever, right? But the main thing I want to get is achievement because that's just what's about there. You have the ability. You're at the finish line. Oh no, I'm not gonna say that. You see it. You see the goal. You see the aspiration, but you're not moving towards it, right? You're stalemate, right? And and I feel like by the time, and I feel like your spiritual team is encouraging you, right? Because it's like, damn, I see that you tired. I see that you tired, but baby, we right here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going, right? You want the big house, right? Keep going. You want the recognition, right? Keep going, right? And it's like, no, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm broke. I'm tired and I'm broke. But that's just the path ahead, all right? So here's your hot obstacle. This is telling me two things. You got the high priestess, right? This is telling me two things. This is telling me one that you know what your problem is, right? And I'm not going to go too much into it, right? But this is also telling me that the obstacle is that's so cliche. You not trusting your own intuition, your own. I mean, yeah, your own intuition. I'm not gonna see it following up, trying to find another word for it. It's you not trusting your own intuition. Okay, so but you know what you know your issues. So I'm not gonna get into that. You know your obstacles. The windfall. Got the sun card, right? I don't know. I feel like you feed off positive reinforcement too. You someone who feed off reinforcement, positive and things of that nature, right? Um, and that's cool, that's good, but you also gotta get make sure be honest with yourself and know that you're not always gonna get positive reinforcement too, right? I feel like sometimes you get guided to what you're supposed to be doing, but you feel like somebody should do all the work for you, right? Where um like you have this idea, you have this moment, drive, this work, this whatever vision, right? And then you put it down on paper and then you expect it to fall out of thin air, right? That's not how that works. Okay. Um, but also I see you actually put it in the work this time. Okay, you put it in the momentum, you put it in the work, you are doing what you need to do. You're starting fresh, you're starting new, you're taking to the advice that needs to be taken. Right? So, with that being said, your destination is oh, look at that. The Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups deals with love and relationship, right? But this also deals with me with meaning, and it's also deal with overflowing, right? This could be overflowing of abundance, overflowing of luck, overflowing of life, stuff of that nature, right? But I got to have that determination to deal with both the good and bad aspects, right? Because greatness is waiting for you at the end, is waiting for you at the end, and it's not going anywhere. But you have to make the steps towards it. Success is there. You got to make the steps towards it, right? You got to make the steps towards it. And I also feel like you got to pray more. Pray for endurance. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. So that has been your reading for if you're a personal year was number 3. Hope you have a fantastic, fantabulous number 3 year, number 9 year, and see you in my next video. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I'm shuffling again. So, if your personal year is a number 4, this is for you. So, the personal year number 4 is about hard work, structure, and foundation. But with the 9-year influence, it's about how old structures and old routine needs to be let go to build something stronger, to build a stronger foundation. So, this is telling me that whatever cracks is in this foundation that you already have will be completely obliterated so you can build a new foundation to start from, right? Um to build a stronger for a to build to build a stronger foundation for a long-term vision, right? So the advice you have is to be strategic and not reactive. Okay, so let's see what cards come out for you. 3, 2, 1. Let's start right here. Okay. All right. So your thing. Oh my God. We have the Emperor himself that comes up, and he is the number 4 card. He is stability. He is the businessman. He is discipline. He is structure. He is. That's what you are. So this is telling me you're very rigid. This is telling me you're a very rigid person. You like to stick to what you know. You like to stick to what you feel like. You like to stick to what tradition is. You like to stick to what you know. There's no, there's no. It's so funny. That's just so funny because this, if I don't get anything else, this card relates to number 4 than anything. Because not only this is a 4, right? This is also the card of Aries, and Aries is under the sign of Mars as well, right? So this is telling me that whatever structure you got going on is about to be dead, right? Because you are a rigid person, you are a fixed person. That means you need a new structure, a new foundation to work on, right? And not to say because your foundation is weak. I'm gonna be honest. Your current foundation is weak, needs to be worked on, right? So, with your foundation is, but also you are a person like to control, right? So, you'll see what's missing. You like to control, but with no planning, right? So this is what's missing: planning and preparation. It is funny how I said that because I said something about being strategic and not reactive, right? So preparation is what's missing for you, for my personal years before, right? And if you don't have a solid foundation to prepare on, it will always crumble, right? So that building a new foundation will allow you to be better prepared for what's to come in the future. Okay, so we want to sit here and say what's on the path behind. Mm. Mm. So this is a card of the path behind is a card of recognition, victory, and things of that nature. So you are someone who needs to leave the fact that you cannot achieve everything behind. You're not going to be able to achieve everything, right? The path behind is the fact that okay, that's what's being left behind. So by you being so rigid, you're not changing with the times, right? So what once was working isn't working anymore, right? And it's not just you notices it, but it's other people that notice it as well. It's like, oh, you don't got the same momentum you got going on. There are cracks in your foundation. There's and the evil spirit is like, man, you don't know what's coming next. But you are it's funny because spirit do guide you. That's the thing. But anyway, um yeah, it was working. What brought you the attention, what brought you the recognition, the victory is is fading. So you need a new foundation. And so the path ahead is new ideas, new structure. And it's funny because this is a card of the mind. This is a card of Ace of Swords. This all about being strategic, a new way of thinking, a new way of doing things. That's the path ahead for you, okay? The path ahead. All right. This could be anything, to be honest, okay? The um obstacle is creativity. It's funny because even though you have the new ideas, you lack the creativity to do so. This is a lot of fire, by the way. This is wands, wands, wands everywhere, right? Passion, the drive to actually do it, right? Because it's getting old. It's getting old, and you need something new. You need something better. You need something fresh. That does not mean let go of everything, but you need to build a new and stronger foundation. So that's why I feel like this year is encouraging you to really just let go of old structures, old routines that doesn't serve you no longer. what does serve you, but leave what doesn't. Okay. The windfall is you're learning something new, right? New information. That's just what it is. New income, and I want to read it. I'm gonna read this as new income too. I feel like people will be presenting you with better ideas on money, better ideas on learning. Like you may be finding yourself taking more webinars. What is it? Um, and you're still webinars, classes, whatever things of that nature. You still keep it, and you still have that rigidity, but you're open to learning, right? So it's like it's like you see you in the armor, like I'm not taking this, but I'm still here. I'm still see what I can get from it because you still willing to see what's going on. Okay, and the destination for you is balance, right? You got the justice card, balance, divine balance is at that, right? This is a lot of red. I feel like you also had trouble with passion and energy this year. So I feel like whatever you needed will come to you, right? But you just have to. I'm sorry, you were too rigid. You was too rigid, okay? And so that's what's going on. That's just your thing. This is what's going on with you, person year number 4. I hope you enjoy this reading. Until next time, I hope you have a great 2025. And on to the next one. This is a long video. Stop that. So, if your personal year is a number, if your personal year is a number 5, this is for you, right? So, personal year number 5 is all about adventure, change, and personal freedom. Where the year 9 is affecting it is unexpected, unexpected, unexpected closures or changes, and embracing the wait unexpected closures will be happening for my personal years number 5. So it'll be like embrace. You have to embrace the change, release resistance to the ending, and it will be chaotic, but it will contribute to a part to your freedom. Okay, so let's see what's going on with that. Oh, that was a tongue twister. Well, it wasn't a tongue twister. It's just ugh. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna stop. So this is you. Yeah, the card of recognition, victory, and fame. Right. So naturally, you are someone who attracts the attention, right? You attract um you attract people where you go, right? But it's also can tell me that you attract the wrong people as well, right? And you're not even aware of the people that surround you, right? Because even though you may be someone who is always winning, and people are saying that, oh, you are great, you are this and you are that, they're not really for you. So you don't have that discernment. You're lacking that discernment. Okay. And that's just what this is telling me. Okay. The path behind. Oh wow. Um. Oh dang. The path behind. I'm gonna give it to you straight. Is common sense. Okay. Oh. Oh my God. They are getting into your head. Um. They're like whoever your spirit team is cussing me out in my head. Again, take this how this resonates. But they're like, have you lost your mind? And you need to go find it. You really gonna find it with the quickness, right? Um, the path behind is someone who would are able to think, right? And so this is be someone who is not thinking things through. This also contributes to number five personal year, right? Because even though five embrace change, this doesn't mean they embrace the smarts that comes with change, too, right? So they don't embrace that situational awareness that comes with it, right? So you have to be more discerning with your space, okay? The path ahead for you is I don't know. That's for you to decide. This is my first time getting this for anybody. Oh my god, I can't read that. This is for this is for you to decide, and that's makes sense because it's chaotic. It's funny I said chaotic. All right. Oh wait, what's missing? The I did this all wrong. This is okay. So I'm gonna keep this as path ahead, right? I don't know if I say that's what's missing or the path behind, but I will say the path behind is who is this calling me? Oh, okay. That's why. Okay, so this the path behind is um I messed up. I'm so sorry. This is so chaotic for me. The one that was like this is chaotic. Y'all are a chaotic bunch. Y'all have a chaotic year. The path behind is family structure, right? I feel like you often forget about familiar values, values and tradition that really holds you and grasp you, right? So I don't mean to be tough. I don't know why I'm so tough on this particular group, but I feel like you're not really um upholding what was taught, what you learned, what was taught you when you was a child. Okay, so if you're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep going. What's this one? Okay, that is the path ahead, which is blank. Oh my god. Okay, y'all about to have a chaotic year. I'm about to stop. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Y'all about to have a chaotic year. What's the obstacle? What? The windfall? Mm, yeah. This concludes personally number five. Y'all about to have a chaotic year. The destination is funny because in Alcohol all along, this destination was death for my pal for at was but this deals with transitions, um, all things of nature, change and all that stuff. Yeah, yeah. Let me go ahead and move on to person year number six. I'm sorry, person year number five. If you a person in year five, you better have a chaotic year. I don't know what to tell you. Peace, blessings to you guys. I hope you guys make it. Spirit, something you start reading for y'all, and because that was a blank card as you see, and I shuffle all my cards to everyone. Okay, so if you, all right, if your personal year is number six, this is for you. So a personal year number six deals with nurturing family and responsibilities, right? But with the influence of a year nine, it deals with resolving family issues, all right? Or either resolving, you're left with the decision of resolving family issues or letting that relationship go. This is addressing issues directly and the conflict that arises in the family. This is also the year for you to stand up for yourself and your family to create a healthier dynamic and to release the guilt that it may hold on you and being more authentic in the relationship that you have with your family or your nurturing relationships or things of that nature, right? So we'll see what cards come out for our number six. And let's see, three, two, one. Okay. So you got the for the travel card, you got the illusions, right? This is telling me that not everything is what it seems to be when it comes to family dynamics, family structure. Everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's not what they say they are. There's a lot of missing mingling going on with it. This is you are very jaded because you don't know what's real or what's not, and it's like um everybody has their own avenue of going, right? You get along with some people, you get along with other people. Everybody's so freaking different, right? And that dynamic, even though that dynamic is there, it needs to be better structured. But we'll go into what's missing. I feel like what's missing is your you being valued. Or I feel like a lot of your probably your relationship with your family, things of nature, they don't value you for the person that you are. They don't see you for the person that you are. They don't do for you as they should. Right. So that could be with any relationship, right? So the knowing your existence or the knowing of who you are, your true self, things of that nature, okay? The path behind is death, right? And I feel like this is dealing with a lot of your own way of doing things, your own mindset, your own way of living, your own way of letting go. Okay. I feel like you're one of those people who is this close to coming no contact with them, right? Or you are looking for something that really brings life into you. Okay. So that's the path ahead of what's being let go. With the path ahead is you finding is really you standing your ground. I'm about to say something that relates to the car meaning, but this is really you standing your ground, right? Standing your ground, ready for anything of that nature. You're young, meaning you're new at it, but it's still there. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep going because I'm not getting much with the family structure. I'm not gonna sit here and hold you. Number five was chaotic. From person year number five was chaotic, but the obstacle is the night of is emotional vulnerability. That's the issue. The issue is emotional vulnerability. Being able to show yourself, just really express yourself. Like you say a little bit, but you still have that guard up. And it's okay to keep yourself protected when expressing yourself to your family, because family can often be a sensitive subject. But um, you are not presenting your full set of emotions, right? So it's almost like you are suppressing them, but you feel like the little stuff you do spill is enough, and it's not enough. Okay, so the windfall, you may end up cutting up some family members off. I mean, the windfall is you making a decision, right? I don't know why I said that, but it's funny because never mind. Yeah, that's the windfall. Okay, indecision. Um, but an unbiased opinions. You give me a very unbiased opinions about what's going on in the family that you may not relate to or you may not want to deal with, which is understandable. Okay, so this is one of my shorter readers, so this is very straight to the point, which I love. And then the this is nice. I really like this. The destination is you being with people that you can relate to, that really love to be around you, that really celebrates you, that really like being in your presence. So I don't know how this relates to your family and whatnot, but either it's about letting your family go to find your own version of family, or resolving the issues that is there. But you have a lot of cups, so this could be a lot of emotional issues that arise. Um, but like your family has a lot of trauma, a lot of issues, and things of nature. Okay, so I hope you, my personal year number 6, have a great, fantastic 2025. On to the next one. Whew, okay. If your personal year is a number 7, then this is for you. So, personal year number 7 is a very spiritual year anyway. Personal year number 7 is about self-reflection, spiritual exploration, and inner wisdom, right? And with the 9-year influence, it is encouraging your spiritual journey to release baggage and and actually forgive people, not for them but for yourself. Um, you may feel a pull to really let go of self-limiting beliefs. So this feels like the things that people have told you, or you that was ingrained into you. And you may be drawn to practices that promote inner growth. Now, the advice for you is to balance action. Wait, did I shuffle these? I didn't. Ugh. To promote balance with action. To promote balanced action with burnout. To not promote balance, but to balance out. To balance action without burnout. Okay. So we gonna shuffle. Ooh. Okay. This is a little long one. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Okay. Judgment. So you got the judgment card, right? For your theme and whatnot, right? I feel like you are being revisited by the things, by the past of your doings, right? You are very this is a year of your introspection, right? This not your year of karma, right? This is not, but this is your year introspection where you are looking into yourself to see what can you do better, right? What can you do to um grow, right? What can you do? You may be called to more spiritual practices. It's just funny because this is literally an angel calling and people rising to the occasion. Okay, so we already started off with a spiritual card, but let's see what's missing. Mm, you got the devil. No, and for some of you guys, the devil is not what's missing in your life. Because I feel like that's what the devil is missing in my life. No, that's not what's missing. But what's missing is the shadow work. All right. I feel like this is gonna be a year of shadow work for you, right? A year of constant shadow work, right? Knowing your triggers, knowing what makes you upset, knowing your own demons, knowing the darker side of yourself, knowing the shadow aspect of yourself is what's missing, right? Because I think you went from being a light and loving light person, and you that has done more damage than good, right? Then now this year is going to be really focused on your shadow work aspect. Okay, so looking into what you're actually addicted to, while knowing what time is it? Yeah, looking into your own addiction, looking into your own issues and everything of that nature. Okay, So no, this not dealing with your demons. I mean, this not dealing with the devil. The devil's not missing. It's your inability to face your demons is what's missing. Okay, the path behind. You have the Four of Pentacles. Ooh, that was an accent that came out. Um, the Four of Pentacles is about holding on to possessions. And with that being left in the design and behind you, I feel like this is telling me you're releasing what is what's holding you back. You releasing. I feel like this is the first thing I got was releasing fear, which is cool, right? But you're releasing. Oh, and you may be someone who's afraid of how you appear to people. This is why you don't really show your shadow side a lot because you're afraid of how you appear to people. But also, the energy I'm getting from this is you releasing the fact that you're not caring. And what I mean by not caring is like you are willing to explore that darker aspect of yourself, that shadow aspect of yourself that you've been avoiding. That you're going into that deeper because the shadow is also spiritual too. That's what people don't know. It's people spirituality they think it's just elevation, elevation, elevation. No, that darker aspect is spiritual too. Okay, so the path ahead for you. Yeah, what I say. Ooh, okay, the path ahead is the fool, right? You will start a new spiritual process. You will start a new spiritual practice. That's just what it is. But this is a spiritual practice that you really need to be loyal to. You need to be um disciplined in, right? I do feel like it'll be fresh, so you will be making a lot of mistakes and on the path, but that's okay. Okay, you will be taking off. You will be exploring these new aspects to yourself spiritually, right? This is a spiritual elevation anyway, right? You'll be shown different aspects of yourself that you did not see, right? So that's what's coming up for. That's the path ahead. The obstacle is you're leaving your inability to leave what's no longer your the Eight of Cups. This is someone walking away from emotional stuff, right? Really walking away, right? So I feel like you may have this requires you to really lead people, right? So this is again, this is a year nine. Nine is about ending and closing, right? But this is someone leaving, going on this journey, and it's a long journey too. It's not gonna be an easy journey. It's nowhere near an easy journey. You will have some dark nights too, right? But that's where the moon come in. And it will show you different aspects. But this is a long journey, right? But it's also a journey to peace and stability too, because as you see, the water here is still. It's still water. So even though it's a long journey, it's a long journey towards still waters, right? With obstacles, of course, but it's you will have a lot of emotional ups and downs. I'm not gonna hold you, but this is good for your growth, all right. And the windfall is the Six of Cups, right? This is dealing with your the first thing I got was inner child work, right? So I feel like you're going back to your inner child where it all began, right? Where the purity starts to fade as you grow, right? Grow up, right? Um, and I feel like you're going back to what your essence, because I feel like that's where your real essence is in your childhood. Okay, so that's another thing that you may be going back to, right? Going repeating. That's the year for you. Okay, and now your destination is you got the Tower card, right? You got the Tower card. Your destination is the Tower card, right? Lord, this is a spiritual year for you guys. You got not only got the devil, but you got the Tower card. God dang. Okay. How your year progressed depends on how you are able to handle the chaos that comes with it. So yes, it will be chaotic. You will have a lot of challenges that comes this year, right? Spiritually, that will test you spiritually, right? Um, I will pull another card, but I haven't done that with no other pals, so I'm not going to. But you will have a lot of challenges. This is your destination. You will have a lot of changes that come. You will have to jump ship a lot. You will have to be tested. You will be tested. Oh my God. This sounds like the year I had 2 years ago. Um, yeah, you will be tested. Okay. What was the last year? I don't remember, but you will be tested, okay? And that you will go through sudden changes, sudden acts of God, if you will, um, for your own benefit. Okay. And I feel like this this will what you thought you knew about yourself is really what you didn't know. All right. So with that being said, this has been um Pal, not Pal. This personal year number 7. Okay. For my personal year number 8. Okay. Okay, so if your personal year number 8, this is for you. Okay. So personal year number 8 is all about financial growth, discipline, leadership, and karma. I added discipline and karma because 8 is also associated with Saturn. Okay. Um but with the influence of a 9 year, it is encouraging you to let go of power struggles that no longer serve you and to actually focus on the task at hand. You should really be more ethical in your actions, and there's a imbalance between ambition and letting go. There's a battle between ambition and letting go. Okay, so we're gonna see how this relates to what's going on with you and things of that nature. Okay, three. Wait, it's not eight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh Lord, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, you are. This is someone who is connecting with people, right? The one thing I always notice about this card is even though they had their cup, they want to reach out to yours too. All right, and I don't know if this is you or them, but I'm gonna read both. Right. So the person is trying. I don't. I, this is your dealings with people. Oh, well, I'm not gonna read both. This is your dealings with people. Either you're letting people take more than what they should from you, or you're trying to take more than what you deserve. Okay, that's just what it is, right? There's no equal balance here, right? And I guess that's what that power struggle come in at because you're trying. One part is too greedy, while the other person is too giving, or not even trying to take it back from them, right? So that's what is going on. This could be emotionally or in look at the nature, but I'm just reading the card as is, okay? Now the what's missing is equality. There's no equalship here. Okay. I mean, even though this is a card of celebration, they're all toasting up. They're not nobody's getting their card. There's nothing of that nature. Um, but as I'm reading this, and if you're in a relationship, this could represent somebody cheating on you because there is a third party here. But there is a third party here if you're in a relationship. But again, this is a general message. But this is what's missing, right? Equality, equalship, inclination. I won't say balance, but just seeing each other and celebrating each other, right? Instead of trying to have a dynamic over somebody else. I feel like most people try to be a boss rather than a leader. Okay, so we're gonna go into what's missing. So now I'm getting more details. So I feel like most of you guys are on the receptive end, meaning you are letting people take too much from you, right? So you're not defending yourself at all. That's what's missing. You're not standing up for yourself. That's the path behind. It's not what's missing. The path behind is you standing up for yourself. You're not trying to stand up for yourself. And I'm not saying it's trying, but it's like it's a it feels like someone overextending their reach when it comes to you, right? And that's also could be what's missing too, along with this equalship, right? Somebody seeing you on equal grounds, celebrating yourself, trying to take from you, right? So the path ahead is value. You know, some of these pals got this card, and no matter how many times I've shuffled, but it's value. The path ahead is value, right? Recognition. So you're recognizing yourself for the person that you are. You are. I feel like you are stepping up into a leadership position too. Over that, because you actually know how to be a leader, right? But that do come some hate. It do come some issues. Okay. Um, we do come some warnings, and I feel like a lot of you guys is ordained to be in a better position too. But we keep going. The obstacle is determination, right? The will to drive. You have issues. That's the issue, right? Because you're doing stuff that you've never done before. You're doing things you never did. You're being someone you've never been before, which is someone who is in charge. Okay, so that's an obstacle for you. The chariot actually doing the do. Okay, taking it back. The windfall. This came up as somebody else pals too. We don't know. We don't know. So I'm not going to sit here and try to breathe that because we don't know the windfall. I feel like that depends on you and how are you going to be a doormat this year or are you going to actually take what's yours? Because also, like I said, it's about karma. It's about what you put out. Karma is not about, oh, you put out bad, you get bad. No, it's about what you put out, it's what you get. Okay? And the destination is preparation. But also standing up for your like standing out, standing up and preparing and looking out for yourself. Okay, so this is very lighthearted for me. What you about to do? What are you about to do? What are you about to do? And as I'm talking to this, I feel like I feel a very Saturnian. Oh, like what are you about to do? And what are you going to do? That's what I'm getting from here. What are you going to do? Okay. Sometimes energy just take over me at times, so I just let it flow. And so this is telling me what are you going to do? Because it's giving me like a parent who says, if you gonna let them take it, I'm gonna let them take it. What are you about to do? Okay. So that's it for my personal year number 8. And last and not least, if your personal year is a number 9, this is for you. So you have a magnified year, which is wild. So a number 9 year in itself means closure and preparation for the new cycle, which is the year number 1. But by 2025 being a number 9 and you having a personal 9 year, the release and transformations are magnified and completing unresolved issues for the past. You'll be completing unresolved issues for the past 9 years. Um, you are encouraged to participate in releasing outdated things, if blank, whatever it is, relationships, jobs, mindsets, whatever that has expired, right? And you are encouraged. The advice of you will be to have strength and courage. Okay. So if your personal year is a 9 and you go into a 9 year, it is double, it is magnified, right? So you have no choice but to face these closings. You will not only have a number 9 year, but you also have double Mars too. So you are encouraged to take action to that, right? Maybe I should no, that's doing too much. 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's stop. Okay, so you, my number 9 year, you are you are the emperor. It's so freaking funny to me because who had this number? Person year number 4 had this, and it reads differently because I'm reading y'all. This is an Aries card. And 9 is Mars. Mars is Aries. Okay, so this not even talking about rigidity. It's just about you taking full control. You taking full power, stepping up into your power, right? I'm reading this different than how I read for another one, another pal. I mean, another year, right? I feel like this is you being prepared, right? This is also you gaining wisdom too. This is also you gaining wisdom, and you are actually using the courage to you having courage to be utilize this wisdom, okay, to really earn to sit in the spot you've earned, okay. So, but let's see what's missing. Oh, you got that feminine touch. So what's missing is intuition, emotional sensitivity, right? So you are you may feel the need to be cutthroat with who you cut off this year, right? But you might also cut off the wrong people and burn bridges. And I can see that happening by this being a double nine with this Aries card and a double Mars, right? I can see you burning the wrong bridges while trying to burn down the right bridges too. So also this is encouraging you to use your intuition, right? Use what makes sense. Don't rely only on your passion alone, right? You need some emotional sensitivity, okay? Um, what's the word? The path behind. I feel like a lot of you guys are stepping into entrepreneurship too, right? Because you have the Ace of Pentacles as the path behind. So instead of just people giving you money, like the job just giving you money, you're taking an opportunity to take a leap of faith to be encouraged to take the leap of faith to work for yourself, earn your own income, things of that nature. Okay, so this may be any endeavor, this may be um, side hustles, full on entrepreneurship, um, whatever it is. Okay, but you see the opportunity, you take it. So this is like you just really taking going out for yourself. And so the path ahead is completion. It's so funny because this is the year of completion. My cards are reading this shit tonight. This is the path of completion. Okay? You have the world card. You have the world card. Okay? You there's not much to say with that. You're completing this. You're using your wisdom and you're applying it. Again, you just don't want to um be so rigid and so burn everything to the ground. Just produce you. This is basically a phoenix rising. Okay, the obstacle, and that's where that's the obstacle. Seeing things differently. The emperor is all about his way or the highway. You will struggle with seeing things differently, right? So you're not always going to be right in the situation. You're not always going to be. A king has counsel too. A queen has counsel too, right? But your struggle will be seeing things differently. Okay, that's your obstacle. The windfall, secrecy, subconscious, emotional, rigidity. Oh, never mind. um, honestly, you have a path ahead of you, right? But it's not giving me much of anything, right? I don't want to read the card. I'm trying to read the energy of the card, but this is not saying much to me right now because it's feel like what comes next is a secret, okay? But the destination is you live, you live, you live, you're alive by the end of the year. hmm You alive by the end of the year. You got beat up. I mean, that's just what it is. But you're alive in the year. You are resisting. You have the wounds, but you have the stories too, what makes you a wise person for the next year to come. Okay, it makes you a wise and knowledgeable person of life, right? I think the harshest lesson will be for you to see things from somebody else's point of view rather than your own. Okay, and with that being said, this wraps up the 2025 numerology horoscope for the year. I have. I hope you have guys have a wonderful 2025. Until next time, peace.